So I'm on my lunch break, so we got about an hour to play this while I eat some food at the same time. And I've been watching tons of videos on Final Fantasy and people leaving WoW for Final Fantasy and just all kinds of stuff. It's just interesting. There's getting a lot of different people's opinions. I saw that douchebag, Douchehold, or Douche, what is his name? Asmongold Douchegold said he's going to play Final Fantasy. And I think it's funny because he bashes Final Fantasy all the time. I mean, he bashes it quite a bit, but now he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna play it." And I'm like, "Hey, what's up, Tith? How's it going?" And he's like, "Now he's gonna play it," and I'm like, which is fine. He probably bashed the shit out of it while he plays it. But what was funny is when he tweeted that he was gonna play it. Guess who responded to his tweet? Square Enix, the makers of Final Fantasy, responded to his tweet and said, "Welcome to Eorzea." So of course for them it's great. They want Asmongold to play their game because it gives a lot of exposure. But the thing with streamers and the thing with content creators is they all jump on the same bandwagon, whatever is the hot topic, and people leaving, and WoW not being a very good game right now, WoW struggling, and Final Fantasy being a good game right now, is the hot topic. It really is. So I have no idea where I'm at. I'm trying to find my way out of this place. How do I get out of here? So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Asmund the douchebag says about Final Fantasy. Yeah, I think it sounds like the Final Fantasy devs are great. But what level am I? I think I'm level 27. Until not so very long, you were but one of many adventurers seeking to make way to Aether. For now, your character occurs. You were raised in the steam post midway. Therefore, you traveled this realm, aiding those in need without thought. And no sooner had you joined us than you personally bested the primal Efreet. That's right. I'm the girl. I'm the woman. It's your girl, Meadow. It's not. It's your boy, Asmondoose. It's your girl, Meadow. And I'm kidding. Obviously, I don't have cheesy. I do have a cheesy thing I say a lot of times when I start streaming, which I haven't said on this stream. Maybe I'll say it later. You've achieved a great deal in a short time. One fame is doing so. Last name does not come without a price, as you soon will discover. But I found out that there's a boost in Final Fantasy, which I did not know, which I think is crazy. I mean, with there being such a heavy story-driven part of this game, why would you want to boost past the whole entire first 60 levels? We have guests, Meadow, or rather, you have a guest. Beg your pardon. Who is this? Ah, Lady Minophilia, radiant as always. I'm given to understand the signs of the Seventh Dawn have but recently welcomed you here into their midst. Here on the Beth Maelstrom Grand Company. I'm Limsa Lominsa. Limsa Lominsa to offer this hero a place of honor. As you can see, Meadow, your recent exploits have garnered you attentions of the Grand Company of Eorzea. Each organization would have a Fritz Bane for its own. To this end, all three have sent officers to court you. They would not only go to such lengths to enlist a new recruit that they have is evidence of their high regard of you. I might find myself wondering how word of Meadow's deeds spread so quickly that the immortal flame should know of her triumph is to be expected. But what of the other grand companies? Eep. So it was apparently her secretary. Your reputation precedes you, Mistress Fall. There's no other woman who can face a primal and emerge the victor. The Order of the Twin Adder has need of a valiant woman such as you. So these are the different factions wanting me to basically join. You've got the Order of the Twin Adder, and you've got these guys. This is a Flame Officer. Our people know you and love you well. Woman of your town belongs to the Immortal Flames. So you got the Twin Adder, the Immortal Flames, and of course the final weird-looking dude is from. Let's see. He's from the Storm Officer. Join your strength to ours, and together let's see the grand vessel of Limsa Lominsa to the shores of glory. So, and I'm like, huh? What? Leave me alone. Very well. I'm quite sure you need no reminding. Have a brief summary of the situation would help clarify your thoughts on this matter. As you know, the grand companies are all encompassing organizations empowered to call upon the martial, economic, and technological resources of their respective cities. There are presently 3 such organizations in Eorzea: the Maelstrom of Limsa Lominsa, The Order of the Twin Adder of GRIDANIA and the Immortal Flames of UL'DAH. Serving a grand company means serving the nation to which it belongs. You will be charged with its defense and tasked with advancing its cause. In return for your valuable service, you will be given rewards and blah, 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 blah. If you are agonizing over which one to choose, the commitment you make this day need not be permanent. Should you wish to shift your allegiance at a later, you are entitled to do so. And yet I can see this is no small choice you face. I thought a question me. You will, of course, recall that the 3 states are planning to hold a remembered service. Well, as part of their proceedings, I give you to understand the leader of each grand company will deliver an arrest. Hearing these is just ought to help you make your informed decision. Great idea. A fine suggestion. You are beautiful as you are wise. Very well, Metal. Let our leader speak. Turn and look at these guys' coats. Crack me up. You are possessed of great power, Meta, and with it you are capable of doing untold good, yet that great power is wont to attract attention. With great power comes great responsibility. Oh, no, she didn't say that. I just kind of added that. There will be those who wish you ill, and you must needs be on the lookout for them. You are vigilant, and you are but one woman in the midst of a grand company. However, you will be one woman amongst many. A friend amongst friends. Your achievements will be shared, and so will the danger. I can think of no better arrangement. Of course, joining an organization need not mean leaving another. I hope that you will continue to rely upon our aid. Grand companies seek to protect their nations. We Scions, on the other hand, seek to preserve the future of Eorzea as a whole. Similar, not quite the same. Now and then, I expect you will find a field more of the future. As such, I would have you carry this link pearl with you at all times. It will allow us to stay in touch regardless of location. Eras is changing, Meadow, and you have the power to help shape it anew. None can say what the morrow will bring, but so long as we believe in ourselves, there is naught we cannot achieve. Before you depart, be sure to speak to Totoro. She will apprise you of as to where and when the remembered services are due to take place. Excuse me, sorry. This is the first MMO that I've ever played where I don't have to really play my own music. I can actually just let the in-game music play, because in most cases, the in-game music's actually pretty good. There are places where there is no music, and that bothers me. I think when I'm out in the world just wandering around through the world, there's no music playing. Usually the music's just playing like in the cities and playing in certain like event areas. So a lot of times if I'm out in the world just killing mobs or something, that's when I will play my own music. Sorry about all the attention you're getting. I might have sung your praises a little bit too loudly. And often. To a few too many people. Anyways, I expect you to know where and when the remember service is taking place. Involved in assembling all our parties, it's possible that the order of the services might change. There's not much we can do about that, so make GRIDANIA your first port of call. Next, you'll need to go to UL'DAH. When it's rumored there's to be a special guest, how exciting! But last but not least, you must make your way to the stateroom in Lominsa, where the Maelstrom Chief Admiral Merlwib Blofhiswin. They make these names so easy to enunciate. The room is accessible via the Admiral's lift. Identify yourself to the sentry. He will admit you. Got all that? No, I don't have all that, but that's okay. You can just follow this. I hope. Unattuned? What? Oh, these maps. Is there anywhere close by? How about the Black Shroud? Here. I think when you're playing Final Fantasy, it's like you kind of want to, once you get going in the story and get invested in the story, you want to kind of get through it and try to get through as fast as you can because you want to progress. I mean, you don't want to go too fast, but you're interested in the story and you're interested to see where it's going to go. Old Gridania. I hope this goes to Old Gridania. Yeah, good. Oh.
I lost my son to the calamity.
The 3 Seed Seers are all together.
Some say you couldn't take a step without stumbling over a body. Our forebears were once strangers in the Twelves Wood, fearful of the green wrath. They hid themselves in the dark recesses of the earth. Yet they dreamed of basking in the dappled sunlight. Through great effort, they proved their worth to the elementals, and were granted a place beneath the boughs. So it was that Gridania was born, some 5 centuries ago. Working hand in hand, the Hyur and the Elysian settlers sowed the seeds of our civilization, and soon they were joined by folk of all races. So nourished by the waters of unity, and blessed by the light of the matron, Gridania flourished into the great nation it is today.
Do you see the Gridanian standard? There, hanging behind the Elder Seedseer. The entwined serpents represent the unity between Hyur and Elysian. An elegant symbol, do you not agree?
In accordance with the will of the elementals, we have embraced a life of peace. Alas, our neighbors have not always sought the same for themselves, nor for us. Though we Gridanians have no love for war, we have still less for those who would threaten our way of life. Ever have we fought to protect the sanctity of the Twelves Wood. When the Garlean Empire brought its war of conquest to Eorzea, we rallied under the noble standard of the Twin Adder that we might push back the encroaching darkness. And it was we who prepared the ground for the reformation of the Eorzean Alliance, that all the peoples of this realm might stand united against the common threat. "5 years ago, the Alliance met the armies of the Empire upon the fields of Cartano. It would prove the bloodiest battle in recent memory. Countless Gridanian lives were lost. As Supreme Commander of the Order of the Twin Adder, ever shall I bear the weight of our people's sacrifice. Alas, their loss was not the only tragedy to befall us that day, for soon came the calamity. The scars borne by our forest are a constant reminder of its violence. Our lives have been irrevocably changed, each waking hour a struggle to survive. Driven to desperation, some among us have strayed from the path of righteousness, resorting to banditry, poaching, and other unconscionable deeds. To compound our woes, the Ixal have returned in force, emboldened by our suffering. They test our defenses nigh without cease, and prey upon the vulnerable. So beleaguered from within and without, it is of little wonder that our unity now falters. Dark times are upon us.
Time was a man could walk
pox
the
on that
high
bloody
roads
Ixal.
without fear.
On this day, 5 years ago, countless Eorzeans laid down their lives that we might behold another dawn. Please join with me in honoring their memory.
And how do you propose to honor the memory of those you cannot remember, pray tell?
The destruction wrought by the calamity was indiscriminate. It dealt death to Eorzean and Garlean alike. Yet while we have labored to rebuild our homes, to rebuild our lives, the Empire has set about raising steel fortresses here in the Twelveswood. Let none be mistaken. The Garleans remain the greatest threat to our survival. If we are to stand against them, we must remember what it is to be united. Our many troubles blind us to the woes of our fellow man. Thence is harmony lost. Yet harmony is the founding principle of GRIDANIA. We are gathered here to honor the fallen. Let them be honored not only in word and thought, but through concerted action. I bid you join hands with me once more beneath the Twin Adder standard. And together, let us heal the forest's wounds, that our progeny might live in harmony beneath these ancient boughs. For serenity, purity, and sanctity, we must think of the children.
Woods will be done.
It's up to
For
us
the
to
woods.
protect the forest. For the elementals.
For the woods! For Gandalf. For the Shire! How'd you get in here, Osiris? Hold on a second. Osiris, you can't be in here. Come on. We've heard the sounds of the
If you'll permit me, Alfie, no.
Sorry about that. One of my cats got into the, burst into the office. He heard my shouts of, for the Shire! And he got all excited. He wanted to start fighting for the Gridanians. Alright.
And my sister, Alize, at your service. I saw at a glance that you were a fellow traveler. You might call us students of history, sampling the realm's remembrances
What's up, Army?
in pursuit of...
I'm just on my lunch break, getting in a quick hour of Final Fantasy before I have to go back to work. Gridanians are unfortunate enough to have to contend with the two best tribes. The Ixal are unquestionably the more troublesome. You eventually warlike disposition and want to summon their bloodthirsty primal Garuda. The Sylphs, by contrast, are peaceful in nature and being mischievous rather than malevolent, and have long been on friendly terms with the Gridanians. So recently, at least, alas, they have grown aloof and changed, observed as the reflated. The primal. The Gridanians have no love for war, and they consider open conflict a last resort. Though they clash with the Ixal ever more regularly, you may be assured that they do so in self-defense. As for the Sylphs, they are as yet bound by a peace treaty. The one wonders how long before it is broken. 12's was grievously wounded during the calamity, leaving Gridania vulnerable to attack. The people are hopeful that restoring the wood and thereby the power of the elements will put an end to their woes. Yeah, how long will that take? Centuries, I'd wager. Hi, Bay. I'm just on an hour lunch break. Meanwhile, the Ix will continue to their incursions, spurred on by Garuda and her insatiable appetite for destruction. Whether the Gridanians like it or not, sooner or later it will come to all-out war, and when it does, the order of the Twin Adder will need all the help it can muster. How valuable might the aid of a capable Avenger prove to them? Nice heeled shoes here, guys. Okay. I'm teleporting all over the place. Not because I really want to, because it costs so much damn money, but because it makes things easy. And I don't have much time. So now we need to go to here. To UL'DAH. Crap. I'm not sure what that's close to. How about, I'm not sure where this is at. I don't think I have the... Oh, I do have the Chamber of Rule. Okay, good. Yeah, you got it. See, Einbei, you know. You knew. It's going to be up the hallway, right? Let's see. Not this one. Opposite side. You saw me beat him as you saw me beat the Ifrit this morning. You saw Einbei. Was it Einbei who was telling me, dude? He's like, you got to kill the ads first. You know. I still ended up going the wrong way. I had to go here. Here we go. Yeah, it was like the nails. Yep, that was it.
Behold, 'tis the Sultana Nanamo herself.
And Roban as well.
Ribbon!
Hark you, souls of flame, drawn to the bosom of the desert, where the fire burns brightest and shall rage forevermore. Hurrah! Rauban!
Ribbon!
Where since antiquity, under the sage and judicious rule of the Ul dynasty, we have wrought sand into gold, where by the grace and glory of THAL have our brave sons and daughters flourished and prospered. I speak of UL'DAH!
UL'DAH!
There, at the Flame General's back flies the Grand Company's standard. Note the sigil. The golden scales of order balance the jewel of prosperity with the flame of might.
Great
Yeah,
and
DPS.
many are the gifts our nation has given the realm. In Eorzea's darkest hour, on the killing fields of Cartano, none spent more in blood and gold than we. Thus was the 7th Imperial Legion laid low.
So that's how it happened. How soon history forgets.
Yet many left our gates, never to return. Let us pray for our absent brothers and sisters, that they might know happiness in the great beyond, as THAL's honored guests. If the fates were fair, the price we paid that day would have bought us victory. Alas, they are not. And now, but 5 years into this 7th Umbral era, the spirit of sacrifice which granted us our strength is all but dead. Look around you. What do you see? A people divided, downtrodden and enthralled. Where are the merciful alms of the rich? Where is the just steel of the righteous?
The righteous.
I ask you, is this the great nation our brothers and sisters gave their lives to save? You who call this living, dishonor the name of the immortal flames. It is but a slow death. Our enemies surround us. The savage hordes of the UL'DAH wait beside our roads, strangling the lifelines of trade. Meanwhile, the Garleans make mock of our borders and despoil our land of its natural wealth. We stand on a precipice, yet we do not act. Whether trader or soldier, monetarist or royalist, all must recognize that a divided UL'DAH stands to fall. Victory and fortune walk hand in hand. Ye who seek glory and wealth, look not to what little you can snatch from your neighbor, but to the boundless wealth of the world beyond. Now is the time to unite. Now is the time to ride forth. In the name of the Sultana, I beseech you, line not your own coffers, but those of the immortal flames. Seek not to prosper from UL'DAH, but to restore her to prosperity. As the realm prospers, so shall UL'DAH. As UL'DAH prospers, so shall her people.
Yeah, for UL'DAH!
Together we are one.
As gear level went up, the HP
Your
percent
grace.
checks would cause groups with too much DPS to wipe themselves out. Wait a second. I got something in my eye. Probably some sweat or something. I don't know. They had to fix a couple of the fights because as gear level went up, the HP percentage check would have caused groups with too much DPS to wipe themselves. Okay.
Raubon?
Raubon? Master Blaster.
People of UL'DAH, I, Nanimo, 17th in the line of Ul, address you. Much has been made of the wealth of UL'DAH. Yet those who measure that wealth in coins and carats are gravely deceived. For the true wealth of UL'DAH lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her people. Beloved subjects, I bid you raise aloft the torch of UL'DAH, that her flames might serve as a beacon for all Eorzea to see.
Long live Nanamo!
Glory to the Sultana!
For victory and fortune, stride fearless into the inferno, for we are, by fire, reborn!
That one was not as motivational as the. I thought the other one was better.
I believe!
Fancy meeting you again.
For UL'DAH! Judging by the look of distaste, I take it you have encountered them. The UL'DAH do not shy from confrontation. If aught threatens their precious posterity, they will seek it out and crush it. So they have dealt with Ifrit thus far, smothering his flames each time he has stoked it to life. Yet he is but one of several problems, though they have been quiet these past 5 years. The Garleans have not gone away. Meanwhile, refugees continue to arrive in droves, and UL'DAH has no clear policy on how to deal with them. After all, not even the Sultan's coffers are bottomless, and even assuming they had the coin, resources will not be infinite. Brings me back to the subject of the Ifrit. It has been observed that the UL'DAH are summoning him with ever-increasing frequency. Every time they do, the UL'DAH send forces to smite the primal. And though they invariably succeed, each victory is brought with blood. It is a war of attrition which they cannot sustain. Small wonder then that the Immortal Flames are eager to recruit more members. As such, desperate experience would be a most welcome addition to their ranks. For their sake, I hope that the Flame General's words struck a chord with you. On to Limsa! Lominsa! And back to the Sea Slickers music.
The Garleans are another matter altogether.
So much for our alliance.
It's sunk beyond the seabed.
Here comes Giant Girl. Notice how everybody's head is looking up. Well, I guess it's because she's up here, but she's freaking huge. To make the checks too specific, you have to fall between a min and the max DPS.
Brothers and sisters of the sea, hearken unto me. Look upon this, our mighty crimson standard, and tell me your hearts do not swell with pride.
Olimsa! Lominsa! For ruin of the Red Dawn!
700 summers have come and gone since our forefathers first ran aground in this fertile bay. In that time, guided by the Mother of Oceans, Limsa Lominsa has grown from humble fishing village to uncontested ruler of the five.
Limsa! Her!
Did you look as the Admiral bid you? It is a rather stirring standard, I must say. The crimson field is meant to signify the blood of fallen crewmates, while the black longship represents a pirate vessel.
When the Garlean Empire marched upon Eorzea, we assembled beneath the Maelstrom standard, and our grand company was reborn. All answered the call, from the Knights of the Barracuda to Hilthier's bloody executioners, and together we met our would-be conquerors upon the field of Cartano. That day, the world bore witness to the united strength of Limsa Lominsa. I swear to you, no army ever fought harder or with more courage, yet many of ours did not survive. Join me now in remembering those who fought in the name of freedom and fell. May their souls be returned to the sea.
What is dead may never die.
Freedom. Yes, they have always been rather fond of their freedom. Much as the beast tribes have. Small wonder. Beneath the surface, one would struggle to tell them apart.
It has been 5 long years since the calamity struck. 5 long years of tireless rebuilding. Yet still the wounds of the calamity fester and weep. But when I stand atop the mizzenmast and gaze out upon our battered and broken vessel, I see an undying spirit. Did we not build all this from the wreck of the Galadian all those centuries ago? Shall we not do so again? Yet there are those who would see this ship of ours sink beneath the waves of the restless Rotano. The Sahagin creep ashore seeking blood for their accursed god.
Those fishback
The Sahagin
bastards.
have risen?
Those bastards.
While the mines of Ogomero spew forth kobolds who push ever south, despoiling our lands as they go. These savage beast tribes will be the first waves to crash against our creaking hull. And behind them swells the grim tide of the Garlean Empire. Even now, the curs fly their flags within our borders. Doubt not, but that they will be upon us ere long. We are well nigh surrounded. Yet there are those among us who would rather turn their swords against their crewmates than our cannons against our foes. How can we hope to repel our many enemies when mutiny breeds below deck? There is but one course left to us. One bearing that will bring us victory over the beast hordes and the Empire both, and see this ship safe to port. We must mend the rift the Calamity has reopened twixt pirate and maelstrom, and stand fast with our adventurer brothers against the coming tempest. Mark ye well, a crew without unity is no crew at all. 'Tis but a mass of drowned men. To me, then, brothers and sisters of the sea, gather beneath the undying crimson standard, and pledge me your strength, your skill, your wisdom. And with the guidance of the navigator, this great vessel of ours shall ride the waves, till sea swallows all.
Yeah! Limsa Lominsa! For the red standard!
Where's me cutlass?
Where's me cutlass?
Follow ye to the seven hells, Admiral.
I'll spill their gillet. I'll spill their innards.
Fancy meeting you again.
As you mentioned in the address, Limsa Lominsa is plagued by two beast tribes. The first are the fish-like Sahagin, worshippers of the primal Leviathan. Nice. The second are the kobolds, who dwell beneath the earth and take primal Titan for their god. As if the beast tribes present weren't troublesome enough, the Garleans have also chosen to erect fortress right in the Luminsans' backyard. That is to say, not of internal strife as the nation pirates. There is no end of blood feuds between the various factions, and while they fight amongst themselves, the Garleans whet their blades and watch. If the Luminsans are to have any hope of withstanding the Empire, they must first resolve their own affairs. Differences must be set aside, and the primal threat dealt with once and for all. To this end, I expect that they will soon take decisive action against the beast tribes. Mark my words, the Maelstrom standard will be drenched a deeper shade of crimson ere long. The cable which, like you, would be a valuable action to their crew is beyond question. Aha! Meadow, this is Minfilia. You are well, I hope. Would I correct? Think that the final remembrance service is now concluded. What a coincidence. I trust you remember our guests from the Grand Companies. Well, delighted. They were, though we are to have them here at the Walking Sands, it would not do to keep them in suspense any longer. In short, hurry back. I invade. Yeah, you taught me that one, dude. I remembered what you told me. You must be tired from your journey. Why don't you rest a while and take a moment to reflect on your decision? I did forget I had him until Einvey told me.
The gods only know what grand company our adventurer friend will keep.
Mm-hmm.
The wheels of change are in motion regardless.
Brother, are you certain this course is best?
Whatever do you mean, dear sister?
The so-called remembrance ceremonies were little more than standard waving rallies, as though the Calamity and Seventh Umbral Era warranted scarcely a mention.
Well, of course they were standard waving rallies. Since you are so observant, mayhap you noticed what mention was made of the Warriors of Light? I suppose they must have forgotten the heroes who spared Eorzea a fate worse than the Calamity? No, dear Alize, they haven't forgotten these details. They have elected to omit them. Deep are the wounds the Calamity inflicted upon Eorzea. So deep, in fact, that the realm still bleeds. Needless to say, the beast tribes and their primals do little to alleviate the pain. So, the task of salving Eorzea's wounds falls to the scions of the Seventh Dawn, with a little help from our friends, the Grand Companies. Remembrance will yield no remedy. If our world is to heal, we must put the horrors of the Calamity behind us.
Our grandfather would never entrust the fate of the realm to despots who rewrite history to their convenience. There must be another way to cure what ails this world, and I mean to find it.
You are most welcome to try. Our paths may differ, but our destination is the same. In time, I dare say we will see eye to eye.
I should hope so.
A little bit of foreshadowing here, guys.
My lady! We are to escort you!
Hope does not come into it. We share the burden of this fate, dear sister, and will prevail together or not at all. The salve will serve not only to close up our present wounds, but prevent old ones from opening anew.
Which one to choose? Which of these factions should we align ourselves with? I know. Which one do I want to pick? Ooh. So, Which one do I choose? I love how you can change your poses while you're on the ground. You can float on water? How does that work? Do I want to join the Immortal Flames? No. What? Do I want to join the Storm Officer? Do I want to join the Maelstrom? No. Well, I dare say you have your reasons. You have chosen widely. Wisely, my friend, the elder seeds here will be overjoyed. Pirates, mercenaries for the coin, tree hugger. I'm a tree hugger. You guys, I already told you guys I love forests and woods and stuff like in nature. So, you know, the decision was easy. I'm doing it for the woods, man. For the woods, for the forests. We must save the woods. We must save the 12 woods. Man, I'm spending a lot of money. I'm spending a lot of money traveling around, guys. Doing the quick travel. What level am I? Level 27. Let me update the stream info. Level 27. Besides, I love their city the best. And I love the woods the best. And I like their standard the best too. Although the ship standard wasn't bad. But yeah, I like these guys the best. Yeah, you guys don't have to give me any gil, but I'm based saying not to worry about it. He's got 500,000 gil. I've got what, like, what have I got? Like 15,000? Maybe not. No, maybe not even that much. You've come to the Adder's Nest headquarters. My name is Meadowfall. I believe you're expecting me. I'm here to enlist. You will have me. Ah, might you be Meadowfall? I thought as much. Our criminal officer sent word that you would be coming. A highway and skyship's airship has taken fire from the Imperial forces in the skies over the East Shroud. The vessel's engines were crippled, sir, and it was forced to make an emergency landing southeast of the Nine Ivies. Nine Ivies! Gods, this could not have gone at a worse time. All but a handful of our forces are presently afield, dealing with the Ixal. Meadow, I know you fool have not yet to be formally inducted into our ranks, but we have an urgent need of your aid. 120 million? That's okay. Well, I can't do it right now, Arme, because I literally only have about 10 more minutes until I have to go back to work. But maybe I'll grab some money from you later. I don't even know what to do with the money, to be honest. Like, I haven't seen... So far, I haven't seen, like, what I need money for, like, other than, you know, gear. But they just keep giving me gear, so... Money doesn't seem to be as, like, important in this game. I'm sure it is. But, like, when I'm playing, like, classic World of Warcraft or something, I mean, you know, having money is really helpful. It's mainly used for glamour. Oh, okay. Where am I at? I'm over here. Well, I'm not even attuned to that, huh? It's like we're gonna get it to go into an area I've never been into before. I think I'm going the wrong way. Let's see if... I don't know if it'll let me go... Are these dotted lines meaning I've never been there before? Oh, the housing stuff. Yeah, the money would be good for housing, because I definitely am interested in housing. The housing would be really cool, you know? Daily roulette. Yeah, I haven't done any of those daily roulette dungeons, to be honest. So... I don't know... That's a dead end. I don't think that I can go this way, right? I'm totally, like, running in circles here. This is a dead end, right? Yeah, this is just like a dead... Oh, wait, there's a staircase. But I can't go this way. Okay, so you can't go this way in any way? I don't know. I wanted to see if there's any way to go this way, but I guess not. Oh, well, that kind of sucks. Looks like I need to go up this way. Well, I'm going to go down here and then across, right? When in doubt, just zoom in. Well, I was just trying... I just had never tried to see what these dotted lines meant. I mean, they're obviously there for a reason. So I didn't know if these were just, like, dotted because I'd never gone there before, or... It seems like you definitely can't go that way. I'm not sure why they're dotted. Parkour! 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 Oh, no, fail parkour. Fail parkour. Oh, man. This game doesn't let me jump as much as I'd like to. Someone's knocking at my door, so I'll be right back. I gotta head back to work, guys. I got some people at the door, so some maintenance people. So I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.